the thing. Isn't enough time to do the weekly recap. Dun dun dun. We'll try. We'll try. All right. So, let's see. Looking at the news. What was the news this week? Let's see. What did I put on the thing? They fired the Secretary of the Navy in the, 6 weeks into an excursion. It's not a war because a war would be needing a declaration of war by Congress. Right? Right? Yeah. Anyway. So they fired the Secretary of the Navy, who, by all accounts, wasn't the greatest choice in the first place anyway, but that's beside the point. Once again, just showing how our current administration are just not qualified for the position that they're in. Still nothing new on Epstein. There's still millions of files, and where are the videos? We have the technology to, and the government has the money. They're just stalling. They are hiding the worst of the worst stuff, which is where the corruption lies. There are some evil people that need to be exposed, and they are doing all they can, everything they can, to prevent something from coming out. A assassination attempt for our president, for him attending the, what was that, the ballroom thing. He's using it as a selling point for his ballroom, is what he's doing. The correspondence dinner, that's what it's called. Where in times gone past the president gets roasted, but freaking Trump, he can't take a joke. He cannot take a joke. Let's see. So, I mean, it looks like the kid might have been serious about trying to get there, but he was so far away. I mean, the video of him in the hallway where he's just trying to bum rush through like he's gonna get anywhere close. I mean, that was the outer layer of security, and what, 1 or 2 floors away, there was no danger there. Um, we are still in Iran, yeah, and Jimmy Kimmel is doing his job. He's not going to stop, no matter what you throw at him. That's what comedians do when they got the right angle and they know what they're looking at. I mean, you make it so easy. Makes it too easy. He's going to continue poking the bear. All-time record low approval for the POTUS. Hey, um, I like being part of the majority. And Keg's Breath quoting Pulp Fiction. that that is really funny. That is really funny. Okay, so actual whatever this is, whatever this is. Um, so, oh yeah, Thursday also, 3:30 in the morning. Must have been 3:30 Wednesday morning. The Senate bypassed the filibuster to fund ICE and DHS. Excellent. And some West Virginia judge placed some kind of a stoppage on certifying the results of the Virginia registering vote results. It's, yeah, and I'm commenting to myself, it's not right that I should care about this. I don't want to care about the redistricting of the state of Virginia. Why should I care about that? When I got so much else in my life, why do I need to know about that? It's just cruft crowd. Um, yeah, it's the system. It's the system of government that we have put in place that creates division, that is there for the elites. It is there for it. It is not representative of our country. It's corruption. It's crooked. It is separate from reality. Um, watched a video on the lottery system that Athens used for their true democracy. And the scale that they had for the number of people they had seems extreme. But some form of that, some form of government by lottery service. You want to make your government better? Here, put your name in the bucket. Or some kind of validation, proof in front of anybody's eyes when the lottery is held, and then those people get power for a year, maybe 2 for some positions, maybe 5. Some positions require a sense of stability and auditing, and there's no auditing being done on our billionaire Congress, our billionaire president, our billionaire everywhere in our government. They do not have our interest in anyway. Nah, I went that anyway. We need to vote on ideas, not people. Trump claims voter fraud because that's part of his limited vocabulary. The only person I'd marry today is Charlize Theron. If she knocks on my door on one knee, my choice is made. Wow, I was thinking out loud. All right, not going to deny that. Finally figured out for myself why some people are attracted to Trump. Oh gosh. It's his confidence, his positive attitude, his willful denial of being wrong. That's what his loyalists crave, nothing more. So, yeah, a narcissist. Okay, well, they don't care. They don't care. My work demo went way quick. That was only a week ago? That feels like forever ago now. But I did get my program out there. Well, the new functionality done. Had the demo. That went successfully. That was good. Helping the neighbors on my last walk of the day. We had, that's what happened, right? So at the end of the day on Thursday, we had our company happy hour. So I was drinking already at 3:30 in the afternoon on a Thursday. And when the happy hour was over, I had another drink and then another. And before I knew it, the hockey game was on. Was that? Yeah, the hockey game. And I was already pretty toasty by the time the hockey game started. That was, White Russians. And those go down way too easily. All right, let's see. Hockey on Thursday. What game was that? That was Bruins and Sabres, and I think they lost. In the commercials and everything, I watched the 4th episode of season 5 of The Boys. Can't believe I made it this far, but I like the writing. I do like the writing of the show. Overall, some of it's horrible. Some of it's down. Ugh. The visuals are there also. But anyway, the super smart superpower doesn't look like it's a lot of fun to me. And yeah, here's some of the dialogue that really stuck with me. It smells like a wet shit in a Waffle House here. That's pretty visceral, and don't want to know what that actually smells like. And I planned on that being my only drinking night, but I did drink again on Sunday. Vodka and ginger ale is dangerous. Yes, I'll have one more. Aha! Swayman had some great saves that night, but can't get his name on the cup. Does he have his name on the cup? I don't think so. Well, whatever. No, I don't think he does, but he could if he does whatever he needs to do. So I'll be dog sitting next week, supposedly. That is the plan. So this is the 4th scheduled dog sitting for these 3 dogs. Yeah, fun. Risk tolerance when you're intoxicated is interesting to study. Yes, example. I had to go pee, so I'm gonna read. I was waiting for the hockey game to pause to go to commercial. I had to pee. I had to pee. So there's a pause and play, and I think it's going to go to commercial, but I don't hesitate. I'm up and I'm not running, not jogging, but walking very briskly to the bathroom, which is on the other end of the house. Get in the bathroom, flung the door closed with one finger, and this is one of those pocket doors, so it's not like that. If you get it wrong, it jams and gonna. So I had to do it. But I did it all in one motion. And keep in mind, I've had 5 drinks at this point. It's pretty. Excuse me. Yeah, I was walking before I even heard the organ playing, which is what signifies they're going to go to a commercial break in the stadium, usually. And it never played. There was no commercial. I found out when I got back, so I missed some of the game. Whatever. It's my fault I lost. You can blame me. Before the door had stopped moving, I was aggressively undoing my belt, flipping the button on the top of my pants, and slipping the zipper in all one really quick motion, turning, slowing, lowering the shorts, and sitting down. And at any point, if I had not done that, I was going to piss my pants. I was going to piss my pants for sure. One of the most efficient fluid evacuation procedures. Okay, very eloquent, Chris. Was it worth the risk, though? That's the big question. Yeah, I definitely could have gone to the bathroom anyway. So that's not happening tonight. I'm just drinking water. Just water. Okay. 0-0 Sabres. At the finish, so many broken sticks. Bravery in the face of overwhelming power is just death. Being the hero means death. Heroes don't usually live to tell their tale, and villains, the betrayers, the backstabbers, the righteous victims who lost their humanity. It is more than difficult sometimes to misunderstand their perspectives. What the? Read that again. It is more than difficult sometimes to misunderstand their perspectives. Okay. But make no mistake, their sense of self is always more important than the existence of anything else. What a load of vodka. That's the vodka speaking there for sure. Or the plant. Who knows? Do not worship your heroes. It is more likely they have secrets that you don't want to know. Yeah. Did we get to that point? I had to pause just as Starlight's dad pulled out the A-Train shoebox. Bruins goal, 1-0. Shit, 1-1. The flow state is more accessible when you're intoxicated. Yes, depending on what flow state you're achieving, because flow applies to here, her, everywhere. So whatever, flow state is. But I understand what I'm talking about. Let me cook. Ask me anything. I might be right. Yeah. Talking about a staff sergeant from Texas that I knew, and I met him again in Germany. We were both in the Air Force together. Yeah, I'm not going to name names, but I remember his girlfriend and then eventual wife. He married her while we were in Texas, I think. Did I go to his wedding? I don't think so. I think it happened after I left, maybe. Anyway, yeah, we don't get along anymore. Yikes. That was, that was, I pointed out a truth to him one day, something he did not want to hear about himself. And I mean, I must have stabbed deep. Didn't mean to, but I just told the truth one day. That's probably what happened. Guarantee it. Anyway, at the end, Bruins were down 3-1 with 50 seconds to go in the game. And, the last 6 seconds of the game felt like it took 15 minutes to happen. Starlight is bonding with his brother. Oh, yeah, I remember that episode. Soldier Boy to Homelander. Why? You don't get it, do you? How much I can't stand you. As they're both heading towards the compound. That's whatever. I'm not going to... It's quite the show. And I'm not going to talk... Well, I don't need to talk about that, but yeah, I could find a way to leave now and be basically break even, leave Florida with nothing except, my belongings. If I would sell the house and move out and ship my stuff, that would be my belongings. So I probably just need to have one of those pods crates and find a place for it up in Maine until I can, or I work it out that I'm buying and selling at the same time. What kind of realtor am I going to go for that? I don't know. Gross. Anyway. I'm blaming my ex for something? Wow, I was really upset. Oh my gosh. Wow, I'm glad I'm saving these because I'm not reading this stuff online. It's almost diary-like. It already is, whatever. So, the disagreement between Secretary Hegseth and the Secretary of Navy, John Phelan, was something about shipbuilding. That's what the excuse was, but whatever. And I looked him up, and how in the heck was he appointed in the first place? What a train wreck! Oh, and he was also on Epstein's plane. So there's that too. Maybe that's something to look into. You never know. Friday. Also, yeah, that was something. My daughter was living in Oklahoma, and she was very close to it was either EF3 or EF4 tornado, like within a half a mile. Saw the destruction. Oh, good and bad. Anyway. The Lightning lost in overtime on Friday. It's a good game. Oh, such a good game. But then they won in overtime here on Sunday. Awesome. Yeah. Saturday. I went and played golf again. It's 2 weeks in a row. Once I get back into it, when I move to Maine, when I settle in, I'll be settled into a place close to a golf course somewhere. That'll be part of my house search. It's going to be in my requirements. If I'm close enough to Sugarloaf, then I'll be playing at Sugarloaf. In fact, that's probably the best idea anyway. So the closer I can get to Sugarloaf, the better. But for my budget, I'm not looking for craziness. So we'll see. Either way, even if I was to live 2 hours away, I would still get a frickin' season's pass probably. Because the seasons are going to be shorter. The seasons are going to be shorter. All right, you're coming back here. Hockey's back on. Let's watch some hockey. I'm going to have to split this up. So, where was I? Golf was fine. Yep. Long game, though. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. We played forever. Anyway, I will finish the critter thing. I'll just edit it later when I put this. Okay, cool. Yeah, whatever.
Last 3 minutes and 31 seconds.
Son of a gun. Darn. Sugar wooga. Unfortunate. No, let's get back over here and do the rest of this. Okay. All right. All right. So, in case I'm repeating myself, so I can get myself back in. Oh, that's right there. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so good. Oh. Anyway, so good. I think a professional masseuse could do better, but I just need to stretch more. I need to do more. Anyway, yeah, long game on Saturday. We had a late lunch, like 3. I think we had our tea time was at 9. I think we got off the course at like 1:30, and and the course was an hour drive from the house. It was a long way away. So yeah, that was a long day. I restocked some of my liquor cabinet, um, which is probably why I drank on Sunday. Yeah. Oh wait, no, I did drink on Saturday because I had the talk with my sibs. Darn it! Did I drink on Sunday? Let's see. I did not drink on Sunday, so Saturday was the last day, unless I had a beer or something. Okay, all right, good. Never mind. So, yeah. Colossal on Netflix was really interesting. It was good in its own way. Very, very interesting. Uh, yeah, very interesting. Anyway, and then yeah, I had a meeting with the siblings to discuss some future plans, which I'm not going to discuss here. Um, then at one point, before going to bed, I got into a debate with a flat earther. I do not believe the Earth is flat, and I really don't want to have to try to convince somebody that it's not. So I just won't. There's other things that we can talk about. But whatever. It doesn't harm me, I don't think. There's so many other more important things, but I mean, if it comes back to something like that, I don't know what to say. I just don't know what to say. Um, right. Had some barbecue chicken pizza for breakfast on Sunday from Jets. We got some deep dish pizza. Yeah, that seems to be a problem. Um, and then I got with my neighbor and we put some fence post toppers on the backyard fence that had fallen or been blown off from a really good storm. Not quite a hurricane, but just a really windy day a number of months back. And so we screwed them into the posts. And that took a lot less time than I thought it would. It only took us 15, 20 minutes. It was crazy fast. Um, and he wanted to show me off his sim driving rig, which he uses to drive Euro Truck Simulator or USA Truck Simulator. That is not my kind of game, but I understand its appeal to certain personalities. It's just not me. I got to pet his cat though. Super soft. Oh my gosh, they must shampoo that cat every week. Oh my gosh, I can't believe how soft that cat was. Then just hockey and laundry for the rest of the day. I jumped into a poker tournament for all big cost of $1. I came in about 160th out of 600 people or so. So I mean, just practice. That's all that is. Then I went to do the Gran Turismo challenges. I only did 4 out of the 5 of them because the fifth one. This is still. No, this is Sunday. Yeah. Um, no, I did that on Saturday. because I'm just remembering it weird. So, yeah, Gran Turismo was the other day, and I could not get a handle on the Formula One car in my intoxicated state. Right, yes. Bruins lost badly to the Sabres. That was a horrible game to watch. And they won on Tuesday, which I was getting to, but whatever. So it's 3-2 in the series. Everybody has to win on Friday. We know this. Okay. Every game is must win. Lightning won against the Canadiens. It was 2-2. Cool. And then it's Monday. That's all they know how to do is fire people. They fired the board of the National Science Foundation. I'd ask what are they thinking, but they're not. They're not. They have other things on their mind, and it's gutting our government to try to install some kind of dictatorship. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get away with everything that they can before they get pushed back in the corner. I mean, we'll see. I guess we'll see. I can't do anything about it. Look at all my zero influencers here. I'm not telling anybody what to do. Monday was a normal Monday. I'm part of the committee that's organizing our June get together for our company, blah, blah, blah. So that was part of our meetings. I finally finished watching 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. I had accidentally started that before I watched 28 Years Later, which came before that chronologically, so I watched that last week or something, whatever. Anyway. And I watched the movie Insomnia for the first time with Al Pacino and Robin Williams. It was very, very good. I think it's Christopher Nolan. Is that the director? I didn't write it down. I'm probably wrong. Whatever. And I washed the dishes. I did wash the dishes. Insomnia was great. Can't believe I never saw it. And I saw the highlight for the winning goal for Pittsburgh on Monday night. Oh, so unlucky. That goalie. Oh, it's just so unfortunate. I mean, it's just ridiculously unlucky. Tuesday, yesterday, was a slow news day. No new Epstein files. Good. I like low news Tuesdays. Don't want to have anything. They're indicting Comey again for his post of 8647. They're trying to say that's a threat of death, and it's theater. It's a distraction to get people talking about anything but what's actually going on. But anyway, that is the bottom. Okay, so there was an assassination attempt. I think I already talked about that earlier. People just need to learn how to learn. Critical thinking. Actually questioning the veracity, the truthfulness of people lying straight to your frickin' face. Everybody on TV is lying sometimes to your face. And it's just ridiculous that people just get manipulated and believe it all. Ugh. Almost done. Where was I? Blah, blah, blah. Joyful moments, levity, blah, blah, realities. Blah, blah, blah. Bruins Sabres tied, went to overtime. Pasternak scores. Woo! And today, I saw on the news, King Charles came over, made a speech. Trump had no idea he was making fun of him. I saw the clip of it. I don't know what happened, but he said something about a dictatorial leadership style. I can't remember the quote, but it was very obvious he was talking about what's happening in America right now. And Trump just like, oh, clapping along with everybody. He didn't have a freaking clue what he was talking about. Oh my gosh. Saw a car review for the new Lotus Electra. Electra? No, Electra. There's no C in it. I think. I don't know. Anyway, a stupid $200,000 electric SUV with 900 horsepower and all the everythings. I mean, it's $200,000 you'd expect it to, but $200,000. Anyway, I'll find something else. I'll get something with 600 horsepower. That's because I want to actually use it and not use it to brag or whatever. I mean, that's already more than usable. I had a 500 horsepower car for almost 10 years. I know what that's like. It's more than you can use on a daily basis. It's not a daily drivable car. It's a weekend car, and even then, it's like, woo! You better know what the freak you're doing. That car next will have suspension. So, anyway, I got through it. Let's go. Unbelievable. And that was the weekly recap from the Critiverse. Da, 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 da. Editing later. One cut. Good deal. Good deal. What time is it? It is 10 o'clock. I can stop the stream. And that is what I'm going to do. Wow. Goodbye.